Okay, guys. I was just kind of adjusting that there. Welcome to my stream. Today I'm going to give you some fundamentals for Facebook marketing. What I'm telling you right now, it's not really going to get you through the everything of Facebook. It's just kind of going to get you started. I'm going to give you some tips that you're going to have to go out and fiddle with and explore with, and then maybe come and message me and let me know how it's going, and then I'll make some more content and so forth. The first thing I want to say about Facebook marketing and just really social media in general, it's all about habits and consistency. If you're not willing to form habits and you want to really form more of a goal-oriented kind of process, well, goals are great. I don't personally feel that I've gotten my clients to have the results that they want unless they are habit-based. So let's just talk about habits for a little bit. The difference between having a goal and having a habit is a habit is something you do in the moment. It's kind of something you do because you almost don't think about it. So for Facebook, having a positive habit, I apologize, I'm apparently in demand. People are trying to get a hold of me. But so as far as making habits goes, social media is something you have to do every day. And I highly recommend sticking to, if you're getting started, use about 90% of your time on one platform, whether that's Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, or any other random form, Reddit, whatever works. 90% of your time on that platform, so you can really build it up and really get it going. It takes a long time to connect with your audience. This is never going to be an automated thing where you can kind of just put something up and expect people to interact with you. It's all about doing it consistently and doing it in a focused sort of way. Now, eventually, as your company or organization scales, you can kind of do more social media on different pathways. Most of the companies I'm working with, we do social media on about maybe 6 or 7 different platforms, but we're really focusing on 1, 2, usually not more than 3. I tend to be really good with Instagram and Facebook. Instagram is probably my strongest suit, but I'm getting into Facebook. That's why I'm streaming right now. And I definitely know the basics. I've gone to a few conferences and all that stuff, and I've learned from a bunch of classes. But anyway, that being said, it's all about habits, and it's all about doing it consistently. Now, the second thing I want to say after habits with Facebook is that you're going to have to spend some money if you want to get any kind of legit results. Instagram and Twitter are different in that regard. You can get a lot of traction on both those platforms and YouTube without investing any money in advertising. And if you are not wanting to spend any money at all, I would recommend going on to one of those platforms. That being said, what you can do with a very small amount of money is substantial. And you can create ads that are extremely targeted. So while yes, with YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, you can create ads that are extremely cheap, with Facebook you can use $40 a month and get an amazing result. What else was I going to talk about? So sorry. Okay, so we talked about habits, and then we talked about money. Okay, so as far as Facebook goes, the third thing that really is important is your content. Now, this is more important than the first two. If you have content that is good, that people will just organically share, you don't even have to worry. Everything's going to be taken care of. You're going to be in the front. If you have a viral video that just passively attains, 50 million views over a 24-hour period, you're doing good. You don't even have to worry about everything else I'm going to say. You're going to blow up. But if you apply some of the things that I'm going to talk about and you have 50 million followers, the effect will even be multiplied, therefore. So get a lot of followers through content, but use these methods I'm going to talk about to kind of multiply that effect. Now, further elaborating on the content is king. When you're starting a social media strategy, content comes first. People, they learn, what is a prime time of day to post? How often should I post? How should I interact with people when they like my content? How do I respond to messages when I get messages? How do I optimize conversions? Which is something people say a lot. Like, they're always like, how do I optimize? But for the vast majority of people, they're not getting anywhere near enough traffic to where they should even be worried about that at all. And the way you get the traffic is through content. If you don't have the content, you're not going to get the traffic. So get the freaking content. And that's what you got to figure out. What I'm doing right here, right now, I'm making videos talking about marketing in general, and I'm really just experimenting. I'm doing Facebook videos. Sorry, in demand. I'm doing Facebook videos about WordPress primarily, and this is the first time I've ever really talked about Facebook. I think this video will be kind of more general, so a lot of more people will be able to connect with it, where my Facebook skills are extremely specialized, and I don't think they apply to as wide of a group of people. Okay, so let's just get into some of the tricks I use. Let's say you post something and you get like a bazillion million likes, okay? Let's go to my business page. This is the business page you're on right now, Techie Design. This is where you're streaming from. As it loads. Okay, so we're here at my page. Let's look at this. Okay, so I have some of the posts I made. Here's the one I'm making right now. First off, I didn't really say it, but as a side note, Facebook Lives are great. You can see there's already been 4 people who viewed this video, and there's one in the room with me now. Okay, so it's kind of crazy. We're like looking at a video of a video in a video. But anyway, I'm losing track of what I'm talking about. So this has no likes on it, so I'll like it myself because I'm like that. But let's go down to a video that has some likes on it when it loads. Okay, so what you do is you click on the liked area of the photo. Always do this every time you push content, and you'll get a list of the people who liked it. With these, I've already done it. Let's find one with a little bit more likes. Okay, so this was my stream from 2 weeks ago. You can see all these people here. If you have not ever invited them to like your page, it'll give you the option to invite them here. This is huge. So make sure that you invite everybody. That you invite everybody that's ever liked one of your posts. That alone will like triple the amount of likes you can get, and then you can get a kind of a more targeted audience. When I learned this key like 3 years ago, all of my clients, their likes just blasted up, and then they were able to re-advertise and reach out continually to those people who already had engaged their content. Right now, I just want to talk a little bit about intimacy. Not in that way, but intimacy is huge when it comes to your social media. If you're posting videos or blogs, for example, you don't have the advantages of the big organizations that have resources, staff, proof checkers, and all that thing. But what you do have an advantage over them in is that you can create an intimate experience for your viewer. So what I'm saying is, when you create this content like I'm doing now, you try to connect with them personally. When they engage with your blog as you're streaming, I recommend that you actually answer those questions as they come up. So far, for example, no one has commented on this stream as it stands. But if they were to comment as this stream goes through, I would interact with them as they go. Another thing is you can create content much more quickly than a big organization. So use that to your advantage. When, you know, something that's relevant, some kind of striking story comes out, freaking post on it. Post on it immediately. Start up Facebook Live and just say, hey guys, I want to hear what you guys think about this. You know, this crazy event happened. It's really affecting me personally. What do you think? And you will get huge amounts of people searching for content based on that event, and you kind of can connect with people. Because if it's something that's important to you, it most likely will connect to your business. Listen to your audience. Listen to what they want. If they're requesting a certain kind of content, listen to that. Respond to them. If they say, hey, make another video about this, or make another video about that, or could you further explain that? You know, I get questions in the comments all the time, and a lot of the videos that I make for my YouTube channel come directly from those comments, from the questions that they ask in the comment. I'm like, yeah, they're right. There's no real content out covering a specific topic, you know, so I will create that, and I'll get a lot of views because clearly it's not something that's been touched on. Okay, so that covers that. We've kind of talked about interacting with your audience and then using the likes to convert into page likes. So using the post likes and converting them into page likes. Now what we're going to talk about is kind of breaking down the demographics of your ad campaign. Okay, so I have my ads manager open here, and in these columns up here in the right, you can actually control how it breaks it down. Now you can break it down by gender, age and gender, country, region, and you can see you can go by computer, so you can see like what type of device they're using. And so I have age and gender opened up here, right? And just look at these percentages on the side. These are the percentages of people that have watched my last video for more than 3 seconds. That's considered an action if you watch a video for more than 3 seconds. Now, it's not the most desirable action, but it's an action nonetheless. The people who watch my content are more likely to watch it again. Those are the people that I should be targeting in future marketing. Okay, so if you look at these, I have 0.5, so it's like 1 out of every 200 people that it shows up on their feed. They actually stop and watch it. This is 0.26. That's like 1 out of 400 people. Not very good. So I don't want to advertise to them. Here we got 0.03. So that's 1/300th of a percent. So that's 1 out of 30,000 people, I believe, if my math is not broken. Irregardless, that's not very good. It's very sparse. Here we have 0.4, 0.88, 0.13. Oh, here, look at this. 2%. That's actually relatively high when compared to everyone else. Now, who is that? Ironically, it's males from 35 to 44. So the males from 35 to 34 who are interested in this video. My last video was about GoDaddy's new hosting tools. So I very clearly have an ideal demographic if I look in here. So if I was to put more money, I won't put more money into this, just by the way, because these numbers are not good enough to warrant more money. But if I were, I would target that group specifically, and I would only spend money on them, to put it kind of in an extreme way. By doing that, I would maximize the effect of my marketing. Do you kind of see how that works? And once I'm actually marketing to that group, the 35 to 44 males, I can look at subgroups within there. You know, like what device do they use? What location are they in? What other breakdowns do I have? Platform, product ID. You know, I can break them down by when I can see when they interact with the content. And when people interact with the content the most is when I will advertise the most. So you can keep breaking it down until you have this really narrow group of people that are extremely reactive, and you can maximize your money that way. That's the basic premise of Facebook marketing. But again, like I said before, to get this information, you do have to spend some money, like $30 to $40. And like for me right now, I'm in a phase with this specific page where I'm actually just kind of figuring things out. I have other pages where I have much more defined marketing, but I didn't really feel comfortable using their backends without their permission, so I used my own. You know, I'll get their advertising so refined that, you know, it'll be like super specific. They're using a certain device. I only post within a certain time of the week on a certain day, and I only post people who are like a certain age, within 5 years of a certain age. I only post to a certain gender, or even I might even post to a certain unknown gender, because sometimes, you know, the people who don't list their gender, actually they have their own set of statistics, and they might actually be more prone to be marketed to in a certain way. All that to say, you're kind of getting a summary of what I'm saying, and I'm hoping that kind of gives you some insight into how to do your Facebook marketing. And it's really something, like I said, it all comes down to habits. So you just got to keep doing it. Just keep spending $30 to $40 a week. It's not that much. Think of it as an educational process. Okay? Think of it as like a class. By messing with this stuff and tinkering with it, you're going to gain valuable knowledge that actually is very monetizable. And you can actually use these skills that you gain, the strategies that you come up with, use your own personal personality and put it in there, and you can actually create value for clients or for yourself, for your own business. And furthermore, it goes beyond that. With Facebook, if I'm looking at this information, say for example, I'm producing a product, and I learn so much about my demographic, I can actually figure out how to set up my marketing to the way I word things in the written up content, and to the copy, to the way I design things. I can make it something that they will think is cool, you know? I'm working with a client right now whose primary customer base is like 60 to 80. It's quite a challenge for me, but we're making all of his content relevant for people in that demographic. It's totally like backwards, you know, it's just real different. But anyway, and it's working, you know, like he's getting pretty legit conversions on his site, higher really than anybody I know. And it's due heavily in part to us taking an approach where we're actually looking at his demographic. If I was, for example, just trying to do the coolest, hippest thing I could come up with, and I'm trying to market to these 60 to 80-year-olds, I'm sorry to say, but it just would not be effective, and I'd be wasting my clients' money, unfortunately. I'd be making them lose a lot of money. Okay, well, I pretty much covered everything. I'm just going to sum up what I said, just really quick, just to kind of give you another taste of it before you go. First thing is, remember that method in which I converted my likes of posts into likes of page. Converted my post likes into page likes. Always do that. There's no reason to ever do that. It only takes a second. Okay, the number 2 thing I said was content is king. Don't ever forget that. If you're not making good content, it's a waste of time. Facebook marketing is not for you. Twitter marketing is not for you. Instagram marketing is not for you. YouTube marketing is not for you. Social media marketing is not for you if you don't produce good content. Number 3, utilize intimacy over high production value. Utilize your ability to quickly interact with your viewers. You have the advantage over the big guys in that situation, so use it. Fast. It's all about fast, getting that content out fast. Number 5, listen to your audience. Listen to what they say. Let them influence what type of content you create. The interaction is key, and that's how you build a community. That's how you build hardcore followers, enthusiasts, and fans. Number 6, use the breakdowns of different demographics based on devices, age, sex. Use that. Don't forget about those. Always look at them. Even if you're not targeting a specific group, it's good for you, whether you're the consultant or the business owner, to know your Facebook demographic. Number 7, think of this process as a form of education. That way you'll be less frustrated because you will always be gaining. If you want your Facebook to turn around and convert and make you lots of money right off the bat, you're setting yourself up for destruction. Make it a form of learning, and if you're using it as a tool to learn, you will be satisfied with the results and you're going to stick to it. Well, that concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed Facebook marketing. What did I call it? Like Facebook marketing according to Joe? Facebook advertising according to Joe? Facebook advertising according to Joe, an introduction. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you can utilize some of the strategies that I left in this video. Please share this if you feel like it was valuable, and make sure to comment below and tell me if there's anything you wish I had included, or if there's any questions you have about what I said. I really appreciate you guys watching the video all the way till now. It's pretty awesome. And also, I'm sorry that my camera went off. I'll see you guys later. Aloha.